Alright, hello gamers. Today is Tuesday, March 25th. We've got some Guild Wars 2 news. First off, RTPS broke. Get over it. Next up, general changes. Commanders who ordered a cafe console during Guild Wars 2 End of Dragons will be receiving it in the mail. Check your homestead, get your homestead set up for next week. You remember ordering this. I do not remember ordering this. I've also heard people say that they got it even though they don't even have End of Dragons. Don't have a homestead. So, I got this in the mail, and it's a console. It looks like one of those just little Asuran consoles, and you can put it in your home instance. And if you interact with it, it gives you some stools that you can put down in your home instance, a beacon thing, and if you put it somewhere, people that enter your home instance don't spawn at the waypoint, they spawn at the beacon. So you could be kind and put that closer to where you want them to go, or you could trap them in a box at the bottom of the ocean outside your house. For legal reasons, I'm not the one who gave you that idea. So that's there, and then there's like a few other things you get from the cafe thing if you want to like set up a cafe. Reduce Decima and Greer's health by 25% during the Of Myths and Monsters World Boss event. I'm surprised by that. I rarely see that event fail, but they have access to more stats than I do, so maybe they're seeing it fail a lot. That's substantial. Improved map marker visibility for the Eliminate the Titan spawn your Warclaw has found and Eliminate the foe that your Warclaw located events. Fixed an issue that prevented the Wildfarer achievement from registering completion of the Explore All Areas and Mistburned Barrens objective if the player completed the Mistburned Barrens Explorer achievement. Fixed an issue that prevented Yagon's Defiance bar from scaling properly during Defeat Yagon and Capture Jade Construct. Fixed an issue that prevented the Agony Flood incoming bar from being properly displayed when Defeat Yagon and Capture Jade Construct event restarted. Fixed an issue that caused Rhiannon and Alia to experience pathing issues after Defeat Yagon and the Capture Jade Construct event failed. Fixed an issue that allowed Coalesced Mist Energy to be repeatedly picked up from the same source during the survey into the Valley of Agony. Throwing Coalesced Mist Energy will now damage enemies it strikes during the survey into the Valley of Agony, including the champions during Keep Jade Construct alive, by throwing Coalesced Mist Energy into it as it fights the Titan Spawn event. So I guess if you can get it to hit the armor and an enemy, you'll get some added bonuses. The Jade Construct armor will now be granted 2 seconds of swiftness when Coalesced Mist Energy is thrown into it during Escort the Jade Construct through the Valley of Agony by throwing Coalesced Mist Energy into an event. So you can speed up the event slightly by throwing the orbs at it, which you're doing anyway. The Jade Armor Construct's base speed has been increased during Survey into the Valley of Agony. The amount of enemies in the bottom of the valley have been reduced during Escort the Jade Construct through the Valley of Agony by throwing Coalescent Mist Energy into an event, so that is again going to speed up that event. Fixed an issue that caused enemies to be weaker than intended during Escort Priory Scholar Sienna to the Southern Ruins event, and fixed an issue that prevented all conversation options from appearing for players at the Field Survey Coordinator in the Mist-Burned Barrens. Convergence changes. Mount Baurior, Thunder Strikes on Mount Baurior will no longer reference Decima when she's not on the map. So that's just like a little lore thing there. So like when you're fighting in the Convergence and you're fighting Greer, if they rolled a lightning storm for the randomness, then it would talk about Decima summoning a lightning storm. So I guess they changed that. Raids, Mount Baurior. Legendary mode encounter for Ura is now available. So that should be fun to watch. I'm going to be checking out some of the other streams later on. Decima's challenge mode will no longer appear until the legendary sentient conduit is defeated. Respawn locations are now correctly updated when engaging and defeating Decima with the challenge mote active. Fixed an issue that sometimes allowed a standard or deadly beam attack to pierce a conduit and hit players taking shelter behind it in Decima's challenge mode. Updated Decima's movement behavior during the first and second phase of her challenge mode to reduce cases where she fails to move to a new position. Fixed an issue that caused one of Decima's beam attacks in the second phase of her challenge mode to fire the wrong direction. Fixed an issue in Decima's normal and challenge mode encounters that prevented Flux Lance Fusillade target indicators from properly disappearing. The skill will now fire a beam attack, and the target indicator will disappear even if the targeted character is dead. Fixed an issue in Decima's normal and challenge mode encounters that could cause dancing sparks to begin moving again even when enough players were within range of a spark's damage aura. So, TLDR, there was a lot of glitches that were found or things that they did not intend with the Decima challenge mode, and they have made some tweaks to try to fix them. This is the reason they don't release the challenge mode and the legendary challenge mode at the same time. Personal story Repentance fixed an issue that caused dialogue to replay at the end of Into the Valley of Shadows story chapter. Item changes. The April Fool's off-season vendor in Lion's Arch has been updated with new inventory for the year, including the Invisible Cat Cape, the Chatoyant Infusion, a secret new equipment item, discerning commanders will wait for a week to see if they can get it for free, and the Golden Sink Homestead Decoration Recipe, Caveat Emptor. The Chatoyant Lenses vendor cost has been updated to be slightly cheaper and slightly funnier. Was it 69 copper or something? The April Fool's items, Fool's Dog Treat, Fool's Tall Tonic, and Serious Potion can no longer be sold to merchants. Fixed an issue that caused the Forest Wisp accessory stats to be lower than intended. I reported that. You're welcome. You're all welcome. I'm probably one of many people that reported that, but I did report that. Yeah, the Forest Wisp from the quest from the Wizard Vault said that it had 5 power and 9 agony resist, but it had reverse numbers. Worldview World, reward tracks. Reward tracks in Worldview World and Structure PvP are being condensed to lower the total number of repeatable tracks. All final reward choices from the old tracks can be found in the new ones. The final reward tracks will each be condensed into a single track per category. Living World Season 3 reward track, Living World Season 4 reward track, region-based reward track, the Silver Waste reward track's final reward will be included in the final reward choice for the condensed track. Dungeon reward tracks, Guild Wars 2 End of Dragons reward tracks, Triumphant Armor, Hero Weapon, and Legacy Armor reward tracks. The old tracks will be available for one-time completion for any player still working on them. They will be removed at a later date. Map currencies and materials needed to craft Gen 2 and Gen 3 legendary weapons have been added to the Heart of Maguma reward track, the Crystal Desert reward track, and the Canthan reward track. The Heart of Thorns currency choice chest that gives a choice of airship parts, lump of beryllium, or leyline crystals can now be traded in bulk to skirmish supervisors. For those that don't know what that is, basically, if you've got like a whole stack of boxes and you would have to be like open box, select reward, claim, open box, select reward, claim. If you go to the skirmish supervisors, you can turn in like a whole pile of them at the same time if you find yourself with a stack. The weekly Stonemist Castle Conqueror achievement can now be progressed by capturing Stonemist Castle once or by defending it 3 times. The emblem of the Conqueror achievement can now be progressed by successfully capturing or defending objectives. The time required to hold an objective before tactics can be added has been lowered from 10, 30, 60 minutes to 10, 15, 20 minutes for Tier 1, 2, and 3, respectively. Tier 3 tactics, which is the emergency waypoint, the airship, and the siege dampener in keeps and Stonemist Castle, can now only be activated while the objective is under attack. So I think that is to help prevent people from activating them and wasting them when it's, the combat's not there yet. Tier 3 tactics applied to towers are unchanged. Keep Lord's base health has been lowered by 12.5%. Tower Lord's base health has been lowered by 25%. Maximum scaling for objective lords and towers keeps in Stonemist Castle has been lowered by 16%. The drop rate for siege equipment from the unsealed mist-hardened lockbox has been increased. Piles of recycled siege can drop from objective lords in towers, keeps, and Stonemist Castle, as well as from defeating players. Additionally, these items are now tradable. A new Kurzik weapon set now has a rare chance to drop from objective lords in towers, keeps, and Stonemist Castle, as well as from players. The item will be a tradable chest containing a selection of account-bound exotic weapons. Tradable chest. So if you desire this fashion and you are not a Worldview World enjoyer, you might be able to get it on the TP after some time. The Warclaw mount's ability to detect damaged walls and gates when using Sniff has been split into its own skill. Detect vulnerabilities will appear on the heal skill slot when mounted in World vs. World. Okay. Some additional test golems have been added to the Armistice Bastion Lounge. And I don't have that one, so I can't show you that one. And then a later note, Mistburn Barons is now listed in the LFG tool under Janthier Wilds. I reported that one too. Yes. I wonder if that's going to show in-game right now. So if I go in here and Janthier Wilds, Mistburn Barons. Yep. Cool. All right, so that is it for the new notes for things that were changed today. A couple of other things that we have spotted. First off, the Black Lion chest has been updated. It has got Steel Lotus equipment. It still has the Infused Aura leggings, and it's got Synergetics headset pack. Now, this is kind of a funny one. It actually gives you 2 skins. First, it gives you a headset. Here's my guy without the wizard cap. Horrifying, I know. And it's like a headset with a microphone pointed up. But if you use the other one that puts the mic down, it also gives you Hermes wings. Someone in my chat said incoming Hatsune Miku cosplays. Probably wouldn't look good on me, but yeah, there you go. So there's that. Next thing, the Black Line merchant that takes the tickets for weapon sets. He does not have anything new today. I have already checked. On the Black Line Trading Company, real quick, some of you have been asking for Tengu for a long time as a playable race. And I am happy to be the one to tell you that coming soon is not that. You can turn into this Howard the Duck looking mother mucker. If you fancy it. Furry? I don't think furry is the word. Feathery? I don't know. But there you go. That's all the Tengu you're getting, and you're going to be happy about it. Yeah. Mom, can we get Tengu? We got Tengu at home. Tengu from Temu. There you go. Timgu. So if you want to look like this, honestly, if you're going to spend those gems, I would just throw in 200 more and get some JoJo poses. But, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so I think that's basically everything. The JoJo, but yeah, I don't think we did a news video since the JoJo poses came out. Hold on, so let's say /pose twist, and let's see /pose high, /pose low, and /pose cover. There you go. So yeah, I would highly recommend the JoJo poses. The duck, I don't know if you want it. I guess. Do I remember not ordering that box of the console? Do you remember not that too? Yeah, I don't remember ordering that. Okay, so the only other thing to share is something sort of related to Guild Wars 2. For those of you who would be interested, this Saturday, we have got a special event. This Saturday is going to mark 2,500 days streamed in a row without missing a single day. As long as I don't get hit by a truck between now and Saturday. To celebrate this, that's like 6.5 years, we're going to be streaming the game that made me, which is Guild Wars 2, basically the entire day. Now, also, in addition to that, we are currently at 99,989 subscribers on YouTube. It is highly likely that between now and Saturday, we are going to hit 100,000, which is another great reason for celebrating. If I am at 100,000 subs during the Saturday stream of Guild Wars 2, I am going to give away all the legendaries I have saved up, which is a Bolt, a Frostfang, 3 Twilights, and I've got a Klobjarne in the other bank. So I got the legendary spear as well. So that is like 13,000 gold easily worth of legendaries. And I will empty the vault of them and give all of them away on Saturday if we're well over 100,000 YouTube subs. So, sub on the YouTube channel, stop by on Saturday, either on Twitch or on YouTube. Both can enter the giveaways. We're just going to be having a big party and celebrating from basically dawn till midnight. And yeah, that's it. You're invited to that. Those are your patch notes. Those are the new changes as I know them. And if you've got any questions, problems, thoughts, concerns, or you see anything I missed, put it in the comment section down below. I'll fight you there.